Welcome, and thank you for clicking on my video. Today, I really wanted to talk about Bitcoin. I haven't given an update about Bitcoin or any kind of really crypto in a little while, so I wanted to go through those signals. We actually did pretty well with Bitcoin. We're almost to the target of about 128.9K, 130K, and it is in this nice little channel. So I think it is good to go over crypto because going over some of these signals, yeah, we don't have a weekly expected move, but if we look at the weekly and daily time frame, things are looking not so good when it comes to momentum. And as everyone keeps talking about Bitcoin, how you have to be in Bitcoin, how you have to be in crypto, or else your money's just going to disappear, we saw the dollar wanted to turn around. So I think today we're going to get into some crypto here and go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Doge, and Bonk for some fun. All right, let's get into it. So for Bitcoin, we're actually going to do weekly, daily, and we might even go into the shorter timeframes to show you guys what timeframes I like to look at for Bitcoin. Mainly the big problem here, and this is going to be a big problem, is the last time that we saw pretty much like a crypto winter, let's call it that, like winter is coming. Last time we saw a crypto winter where you actually lost, say from the actual top to the bottom, you lost about 80%. What was the signal behind that? Well, it was a weekly divergence. We see that the weekly divergence here on the MACD, we see that very steep on the RSI, really got a little bit closer to the center line and just never curled back up on the weekly scale. Now, why would we be pointing this out today, this morning? Well, because it just means what? Well, we see weekly divergence, right? We see the weekly divergence. It's pretty significant too. I know you don't have it on the MACD at the same time here, but you have triple divergence right now for this RSI. This kind of tells me something interesting. It kind of tells me, hey, is Bitcoin at the end of its really big bullish cycle and going to go up to the top side of this channel, make a little divergence point right here, and then actually start to fall down? While the market looks like it actually has some time. So it'll be interesting to see if Bitcoin tops a few months before the market tops, because from what I'm seeing here in the articles posted everywhere about you have to be in Bitcoin, these signals, the last time we did see something similar to it, and these signals actually look worse. It looks like more bait and more weakness and momentum. Yes, it has been a great, fantastic run, but all runs have to come to an end where you have to see a potential negative trend for a bit of time. What levels would I really be paying attention to? Well, I have this nice little trend line here, and if you really notice, we have a great area to go retest in this area right here in this little box. Okay, if we start to lose this box, you're starting to play with my purple zone. My purple zone down here is a please give me Bitcoin for that price zone. That is my buy Bitcoin blindly zone, just so you are aware. But why would this be really good? Well, because if I just go across, we're matching those highs. We come into that great resistance that became what? Support. And so I really would love for this to go up a little bit higher as this can turn to the upside. We're going to talk about daily charts. Go a little bit higher, then pull down into these type of areas, right? See something pretty ugly to get down into something like 61K. I think that would be fantastic for Bitcoin. Now, it doesn't mean it has to get down to these levels, right? It's popping off and stuff like that. But if these reversal signals mean anything, it says, hey, maybe we should watch the daily time frame, because the weekly time frame has those divergences. Does the daily time frame have those divergences? Not in the near price action, no. We actually had divergence here at this top. We actually saw us pull back. We pulled into negative territory. We gave ourselves a higher low that shot us higher. So what is very likely to happen here? Well, I would overall say, we can extend, we can do whatever, but most likely we will need to see some kind of daily divergence here to tell us like, hey, the weekly is about to go through some trouble. And you see how that would end up being towards the end of the year. So I wanted to point that out as we potentially go to the top side of that channel. So if the daily is going to do anything here, we would say it needs to remake divergences, and Bitcoin is pretty darn good at making those divergences. So as we go deeper and deeper, now we're going to go into the 4-hour chart to see, hey, is the daily chart able to curl down right this second? Well, if we look at the 4-hour chart, you do have forms of rejection divergence, but look at it trying to curl up by the center line, trying to curl up here by the center line. This could be a potential opportunity for Bitcoin to actually get to 128, then go through a daily pullback, then go to the upside again, then come back down later on in December. So this can be a time where the 4 hour is able to confirm up. You would say, hey, if that rotates and fails, watch the daily pullback. But as of right now, if you get confirmation from this 4 hour chart for Bitcoin, I think you got a good shot at going to 128.9K or potentially the top of this channel. If you would like to see bits and pieces of that channel one more time, it is just a simple channel line, equal line here, and it is going from this high all the way across. It's going from this low all the way across. And you notice we're at the upside of that channel. So Bitcoin, for the most part, as of right now, looks like a 4 hour move to the upside, a 4 hour swing trade to about 128.9K would be the most probable. And we do have a 2 hour higher low that is confirming right now. And that's kind of why I wanted to put out this video so that you can see one of these things in real time. Now, I won't be able to go into the shorter timeframes for everything, but I pretty much, once we came down to these levels, I just marked off these areas down here. And this is where I've really been paying attention to Ethereum and saying, this is probably a good opportunity, right? I could build my little zone in here. This is probably a good opportunity as of right now for it. And then we boom to the upside, boom, 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 boom to the upside all of 2025. That's fantastic. That's really, really great. Now, what do you say about the weekly chart? Well, weekly chart, most likely as we get to overbought territory, you don't necessarily want to be like, yeah, I want to invest here, right? Maybe I want to wait for that pull back, which maybe you are. Maybe you're looking at daily timeframes. But for the most part, what we're looking for is, why is Bitcoin going to top, but Ethereum isn't? Because it doesn't necessarily have those topping signals. So this means that we could have a time potentially where Bitcoin actually does top, and that rotation goes into things like Ethereum or Ripple or other ones that are right behind it, right? The cycle kind of, at least from my experience trading crypto, the cycle has gone pretty much like Bitcoin. And then once people get tired of Bitcoin, it goes into things like Ethereum, Ripple, and things like that. And then after those ones, then it starts to go into the Dogecoins and Bonk. It's kind of like a rotation into rotation. But you'll notice here at the top, we did have a weekly divergence there as well. We had weekly divergence, and it was pretty darn significant. So as we look forward, we see there's a potential double top here. As we look forward, we do not have those signals at the moment. So that tells us that we might need to make those, which means the next real opportunity for Ethereum could be a weekly pullback if you are patient. If you're looking for a potential moment where this thing could boom to the upside, well, you were hoping it was right now. We don't really see a price above this one. So you're looking for things like divergence, right? Daily divergence can turn up weekly charts. But also, if we wanted to rotate down now, get that weekly pullback now, I think that would be actually pretty fantastic for Ethereum for that opportunity to get a weekly pullback. So as of right now, you would say, hey, the daily's trying. It's not confirmed down below the center line. It's not even confirming down below on the RSI, the less laggy indicator. And you would overall just say, okay, well, let's hope that this is A, B, and keeps going into C. Then we would look for those divergences that tell us when that weekly pullback is very likely. So let's just pay attention to that. Looks like Ethereum could have a little bit more time than Bitcoin later on. So maybe Bitcoin tops out, and then we get some rotation into Ethereum later on this year. Now, Ripple, the reason I bring this one up is because my brother really likes it, and I have a lot of friends that really like Ripple. And so the weekly chart here, overall showing divergence on the weekly MACD, on the weekly RSI. Now, this doesn't mean it has to reverse down, but it does mean that the momentum here is very weak, and it is confirming to the downside, suggesting bad things. That being said, if you take price action into consideration, boom to the upside, you come back down into those big bulk of those big volume buyers, and then you see if you can get one more move. So I think an important thing here is acknowledging that this is confirmed, acknowledging that this is risky and could drop all the way back down to like $1, really can, and then looking at the daily time frame. And the daily time frame is going to be pretty big here, because the daily time frame as of right now has given you somewhat of a divergence. So that's a good thing, right? You have seen daily divergence. This means what? Well, this means that weekly chart can potentially see a curl up. So you'd be watching that daily time frame pretty thoroughly. You'd be like, okay, I need to keep my eye on this. We're starting to come in. We're starting to get tight. We're probably getting those tight Bollinger Bands, about to see an explosive move in one direction. So paying attention to which way this MACD is confirming over the next few days is going to be a big deal. It kind of says, hey, I confirmed down. I'm negative. Watch out. But if I confirm right back up, hey, we can switch this thing back and forth at this time. So I'd be drawing your lines. I'd be looking at something like this. I'd be looking at the points you really don't want to lose and just connecting those and saying, okay, if I see a break below this area, it's not a good sign. But if I can whip up above here, make a new high, maybe we get a little retest, and then we go off to the races for a bit for Ripple. Now, Dogecoin, the reason I talk about Dogecoin is because I made a ton of money off Dogecoin back in the day. I bought it as a meme, as a funny thing. Me and my brother, I convinced my brother to buy it. We bought it. We made a big chunk of cash off it, so it was pretty fun. But the weekly time frame was able to go positive here. It's really gone through something pretty bad. So that's very interesting to me, but we've tried to overall make like a weekly higher low. So it is in a positive-ish trend. You kind of see that with the highs, with not making new lows. That's fantastic. So you need that to continue. If the weekly crosses down, then you're probably testing these lows, maybe even making a new one coming down to like 10 cents or something like that. So if you look at the daily time frame, what can really tell you, hey, are we going to make a new low? Well, if the daily time frame confirms into negative territory, that's where you don't see necessarily the best things. But I want you to look over here and just see that Dogecoin as well makes those divergences. Actually, divergences and patterns and things like that are pretty good for crypto. I would say even better than stocks for the most part, but you do have daily divergence here and here on your RSI, on your MACD. So these are, sorry, it's this point over here, right here. So this was when we got a little pop, and you notice if you pay attention to these moments and you have a nice little trade, it's 50% all of a sudden. So, and you saw that again right here. Actually, you see another moment where you almost make divergence, not necessarily the fullest. You can always look at those 4-hour time frames and see that 4-hour higher low. Then if you make a decision right in here, that's the good confirming bar. And you can see that if you're able to catch a run here, even if you sold any time in here, it's like 30% all the way to the peak of about 59%. So these things are really nice. You can even look for daily swing trades and things like that. This is where I wanted to discuss what charts I really look at for crypto was just weekly charts, daily charts. And then if you want to go more in depth, I use the 4-hour chart kind of as my 2-hour in regular stock. So when we talk about stocks, I'm saying the 2-hour chart. Yeah, with crypto, I up that to 4, but I kind of treat it like that. And then the other one is, say, I like to look at 30 minutes for 2 hours. So what do I look at for a 4-hour? I look at the 2-hour chart. So the 2-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, daily and weekly, those are the ones I really, really like for crypto. I wanted to go over to Bonk real quick. Bonk's funny. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are like, what the heck, why are we looking at Bonk? It's just because one of my favorite YouTubers loves to look at this. I mean, by favorite, I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek with that. I just noticed that people are really talking about these things, really asking for squeezes everywhere, and things just keep going seemingly wrong. So I wanted to talk about some of the things going on here. You do have a divergence on the daily scale for something like Bonk. On the MACD, you don't necessarily have it on the RSI, so not the best reversal signals. You might need to make it in the near price action using those 4-hour charts that we did talk about, right? You might need to make something over here before you're fully able to get going. So wanted to point that out, but the daily scale, I mean, this isn't the worst look in the world. It just needs to see some good price action here. It's dipping into those weekly buyers. So that's why it's not the worst thing in the world. If you notice here, the weekly chart was actually able to curl down, okay? Down, down, down. That's not a good sign. So really what you'd look for here from Bonk is you look for that good confirming weekly bar that takes you like this, probably up to like 26 cents, just a good confirming bar. And then that's where you can actually test the high, go make a new one, and maybe you actually start to dabble with these levels up here. If you can get a time where you even just make a new high here, that's over 50%. So you make a new high here, that's a 65% gain. I think that's pretty fun for Bonk. So I think these are interesting. I think crypto's in an interesting spot where it's like some of these smaller names, well, actually I would say the big name Bitcoin really looks like it wants to, hey, maybe top out in the next couple of months and then see something bad. But then that rotation might happen into Ethereum, which looks like it has a little bit more time, into Ripple, which looks like it potentially has a little bit more time. I want to say that. And then Doge and Bonk looks like, hey, they have plenty of time. So maybe we just get those rotation moves from Bitcoin into other things over time. But overall, the point of this video was to show off Bitcoin for the most part and just say, hey, we have major weekly divergences here. It looks like we have some time to make a daily divergence in the near price action. So we might have a month or so left for this bad boy, and we'll see how it shapes up by the end of the year. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just wanted to go over crypto for some reason this morning. It sounded like a lot of fun. So hopefully you had some fun with it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right. Peace out.